Breaking news. So hear this nonsense from Gervonta. He said that he hurt Shakur in sparring multiple times, and he know that. But he's not going to do it in the pros. He's going to turn his back on Shakur so he won't give him a payday. Man, if you guys don't want to say Gervonta is scared of Shakur, if you guys don't want to say Tank fears Shakur, because why will he fear another man just like him who bleeds the same? You can word it how you want to word it. But without a doubt, Gervonta is afraid to get smoked by Shakur in front of the whole world and become a meme just like Canelo. The same way Crawford did Canelo, the same way Crawford did Spence. He doesn't want Shakur to do him the same way. He'd rather talk about sparring. But he don't want to talk about a real fight for the biggest payday of his career and the biggest legacy fight of his career, since he knows the outcome of that. You see, Floyd knew he the best. The reason why Floyd became the highest pay-per-view seller of all time is because he fought the guys that will sell pay-per-view. Whoever brought him the most money, he will say, give me that guy. He won't say, oh, nah, I don't want to give him a payday. Because that's bullshit. You giving yourself a payday. Shakur is Tank's biggest payday. However, what comes with that is an ass whooping as well. For Gervonta, if Lamont Roach exposed Gervonta, then imagine what Shakur gonna do. He's gonna Crawford him. That's what Shakur gonna do. He's gonna go Shakur Super Saiyan Stevenson on Tank Davis. Floyd never said, I'm not gonna give Canelo a payday. He went after Canelo. Floyd went after Pacquiao, but Pacquiao turned down the fight because of steroids. However, Gervonta, on the other hand, he's afraid to lose. He might not be afraid to get his ass whooped. Yeah, Tank will go spar Shakur and not worry about it because no one is watching. But he does not want to fight Shakur when the world is watching because he does not want to get his ass whooped in front of the world. That's why Tank said that he will never fight Shakur. And that's a fact. That's not up for debate. As you guys can see above, that's Gervonta and Shakur going back and forth. Now, normally, I will read the back and forth for you guys. However, I'm not going to do it this time. The reason why is because everything Gervonta is saying is meaningless. Respectfully. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. We can read between the lines. Gervonta want to convince his fans that he hurt Shakur in sparring and he had him running from the gym after that. Bruh, do it in the ring for $50 million if that's the case. We don't believe you. You need more people. Like Shakur told Tank, what the hell you talking about sparring when Lamont Roach hurt you your last fight multiple times and had you taking a knee? Like Kaepernick. What are you talking about? You shouldn't be talking about hurting somebody right now. They say everything but let's fight. We are boxing fans. We don't care about boxers outside of boxing. We don't care what you do outside of boxing. If it ain't you trying to fight Shakur, we don't want to hear it. I'm allergic to stupid shit. Excuse my French, but you got Shakur out here begging for the fight, right? And you got Tank fans acting retarded, talking about, yeah, Shakur don't really want to fight because if he wanted, he would have accepted a PBC offer. Man, shut that soft ass shit up. What are you talking about? Man, Shakur sat next to Espinoza telling him, yo, can we make the Gervonta fight happen? And he said, I don't know, whenever Tank wants it. And Tank is telling you he doesn't want it. He'd rather fight a YouTuber. Meanwhile, you Tank fans want to make Gervonta something he's not. Gervonta is who he told us he is, which is the Canelo of 168. Gervonta is the Canelo of 135. He doesn't want to fight anybody that he doesn't believe he can beat. The reason why he didn't fight Devin for Undisputed, the reason why he don't want to fight Shakur is the same reason why Canelo didn't want to fight Benavidez and Jamal Charlo back in the day. That's the same reason. Tank want to keep using silly excuses, and he want to use some dusty-ass excuses too. Like, bruh, the one and only Floyd Mayweather came out stating that Gervonta is ducking Shakur. Mike Tyson told Tank to his face, you need to fight Shakur. Why he didn't have all that energy snapping and popping off on Mike Tyson for telling him to fight his rival Shakur the way he did at the Jake Paul press conference. We all know what time it is. Tank keeps making himself look bad. Even Turkey came out stating that he wants to make the fight happen. Turkey is willing to pay Gervonta his biggest payday to fight Shakur. Meanwhile, as you guys see above, Gervonta making excuses, talking about, oh, they want to cash out on Shakur. What? You mean cash in? You mean turning Shakur to money made? The hell you talking about cashing out? If anything, they want to cash out on Gervonta. Let's keep it a buck. Shakur brings to the table more money and legacy than anyone else Gervonta had fought, including Jake or whoever it is. When it comes to money, yes, Turkey will pay Gervonta more than $50 million to fight Shakur. He paid Canelo $150 million to fight Crawford. So we know he can make it happen. As far as legacy, there's nobody on Gervonta's resume that comes close to Shakur, a 3-division champion, about to be 4, fighting Tio. Meanwhile, Tank want to clown that while he's fighting a YouTuber, talking about how much money you make in fighting Tio. Enough? The real question is who's going to make more when they both retire. At the pace Shakur is going, he's going to outpace Gervonta. He's going to outdo Gervonta. I mean, if Gervonta's biggest payday is going to be Jake Paul, we all know Shakur, with the Gervonta fight and 10 fights after that, if he becomes Money May, his own version of Money May, it's over. It's a wrap for Gervonta. And that's why Gervonta doesn't want to fight Shakur, is because he doesn't believe he can beat Shakur. He's not confident. You know it's sad when Gervonta talking shit to Shakur is him telling Shakur, yeah, how much money you making against Tio? Yeah, that's right. Like what? Bro, how you gonna criticize someone for doing what they supposed to do and daring to be great at that? Gervonta was crying, complaining, and making all type of excuses to avoid Devin Haney at 140 pounds. Meanwhile, he fighting a YouTuber at heavyweight. Shakur is doing what Gervonta was fearful of doing, moving up to 140, his 4th weight class, to fight Teofimo Lopez. How you gonna criticize someone for doing something you were supposed to do? How you gonna criticize someone for doing something that they are supposed to do? That's like me criticizing Sugar Ray Leonard for fighting Hearns. If anything, Tank made himself look bad because people look at him like, why you don't have the cojones to do that? Tank said it himself, he the Canelo of 135. I guess the cherry-picking era of his is never going to end. He already lost, or he had a draw in a cherry pick gone wrong against Lamar Roach. What's crazy about that is the fact that Gervonta was taking shots at Shakur when they was asking him a Shakur question at the Jake Paul press conference, and he got so mad, he started going all over the place, talking about things that didn't apply to him. Yeah, it applied to Floyd, Crawford, Ali, Roy Jones, but not you. Your criticism is that you're not fighting the fighters who you're supposed to fight. That's a legit criticism. But he started criticizing Shakur's last performance, talking about, yeah, how he looked his last fight. And I'm over here scratching my head thinking, Shakur looked great. He looked so great his last fight. Even old media raised him higher on the pound-for-pound list. You know a fighter on the coincidental list got to do 2, 3 times more for them to do that. I couldn't help but wonder, Tank must have gotten his last fight confused with Shakur, because Shakur looked nothing but great. Meanwhile, Gervonta, a lot of people had him losing, including me. Everyone had Gervonta losing that fight, which is my point exactly. Gervonta is all over the place. That's why everything he said is meaningless. It holds no weight Gervonta can say something today and no one cares. His opinion is meaningless because he's losing respect by the second. Nobody respects this cherry picking and acting a fool, talking out of his ass, talking about Shakur look bad, criticizing Crawford. I don't want to say the things he said. And then praising Canelo as the pound for pound king, saying, I'm the Canelo of my division. You surely are. Meanwhile, Shakur said, I'ma whoop Gervonta the same way Floyd whooped Canelo. However, Tank had nothing gangster to say about that with his cojones in the ring against Shakur. He'd rather say it on X. That's the truth. And anyone that's crying, complaining in the comment section, they can't handle the truth about Gervonta. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oliver Salt for Daily Mail. Gervonta, a lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the Roach rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how he look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to hate.
Next question.
Now it's not an issue. Top Rank doesn't have an exclusive deal with ESPN anymore.
Okay.
And I'm not with Top Rank.
Right. No. I'm saying back
I'm a free
when.
agent.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean back when.
Okay. I got another thing. Since we here.
I love this, Shakur Stevenson.
Since we here.
You don't even want. This isn't your next profession, by the way.
You work with him, right? So since y'all work
who?
together, Tank, yes.
Yeah.
Since y'all work together, am I in the plans? Because I want the fight.
I'll tell you this. Tank has definitely said repeatedly, I want to fight Shakur.
So
I want to fight Shakur.
If that's the case, if I'm a free agent now, I'm doing whatever I want, I'm going here fighting these guys, am I in the plans? Like, is this 6-fight deal something that's real, or was that like?
No, he's definitely got a plan. And like, there's a lot of fighters which are sort of in group. You sort of say, okay, here's the list of fighters that I'm planning on fighting. It might be 6 fighters, it might be 4, it might be 8. But when you lay out a plan like that, a deal like that, it's sort of like, okay, sometimes it's like 8 fighters, even though it's